Who let the dogs out? 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 Who let the dogs out?
Hey everyone, it's Pup Twigs here, another episode of Unleashed, and joining me all the way from the Dayton, Ohio area is Pup Bastion. How are you?
Hey, doing good.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I like to get in and find a little bit of history behind name and hood first. So, what is the inspiration behind your pup name?
So that's got a few layers behind it.
Okay.
Uh, for one, I play hockey as a defenseman, almost exclusively defenseman. So one way that kind of helps me, I guess, really get motivated is well, I guess first of all, Bastion being like the defensive structure, because I like
Hmm.
to keep people safe. I like to protect people whenever I can.
Okay.
So I went for a defensive oriented name. So with that in mind, with hockey playing almost entirely defense, I see it as kind of like protecting the goalie, keeping my boys safe from the pucks. So that was one layer there. Another one is similarly with my nature, I'm actually way more of an introvert. So I have, very few but very close friends. And
Yes.
when somebody gets very close, I feel very protective of them also. Because like when I go out in public at bars and stuff, I'm always trying to like, keep an eye on them, make sure nothing screwy goes down.
So
So I kind
you're
of just
kind of
like, what's that?
you're the protector of the group.
Usually, yeah.
Awesome.
I kind of call myself, yeah, bashing the guard pup. So,
Awesome. I like that.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of like a internet search to kind of like, look around for defensive related names. And the moment I saw Bastion, like, yep, that's the one.
Okay. Okay. And I have to say the puphood is very unique
Oh, thank you.
and love it. My favorite colors are red and black, so you've got them right there. So tell me about, what was the inspiration behind that, or the colors and everything?
So basically, as a child, I remember there was like some kind of video game, I think. There was like a faction in it, and it was like a red and black themed faction. And I guess even just like right then and there, I was like, oh, hey, I like this combination. And then
Uh-huh.
kind of, really leaned into red for a while. And then kind of happy coincidence, I guess, or maybe just, further conditioning. Ohio being the Buckeye State, a lot of red. Ohio State University, very popular around here, well, red and white. The college I went to, University of Cincinnati, is red and black as well. So just kind of kept getting reinforced more and more, and I just leaned into it. Like, you know what? I love this color. Vampires and Gothic horror also being red and black. It's
Oh
like
yes. Oh yeah.
everything about red and black just speaks to me.
Yeah. Well, and I have to, since you plugged it, I've got to plug it. I lived in Ann Arbor, Michigan for 4 years, so I know we were rivals
Uh,
in football.
yeah, Michigan rivalry is very big here.
Yeah. So how long have you been a pup in the community now?
Really only a few months at this point, so not very long. Still kind of new, still kind of, you know, figuring out what's what, still kind of learning a lot of things, going to
Hmm.
events, trying to, get a feel for it, see what I like, what I don't like.
Well, and that's good because I get a really good mix of long-term, short-term pups on here. And it's great to see the perspective of how they feel about the community from long term to short term. So, what have you found in the short time that you've been in the community? What have you found has been the easiest part of being in the pup community?
Yeah. I think it's kind of a bit of a double-sided thing there for me. One is with the pup hood on. It actually is a Doberman hood. Decided like,
Hmm.
yeah, total Doberman there. It was a lot easier to really just kind of be myself and embrace myself and just lean into my own dorky goober personality. And some other similarities like total anxiety brain and friends like, yeah, Dobermans have a lot of anxiety. It's like, oh wow, oh you right though.
Yeah.
Either just be me, but also very early on, I found an amazing alpha, Strider Wild, who's also around here.
Oh yeah, I
And
see him online all the time.
awesome. Yeah, yeah, he's a big social media guy. But being myself caught his attention really quick, and then that allowed us to get connected really quick. And then he's actually been kind of like mentoring me, taking me to events, kind of being my emotional anchor at events.
Oh,
So
sweet.
being myself not only caught an alpha's attention, but also having that alpha further comforts me and enables me to be myself, get like guided through events I otherwise would be way too shy to go to. So
Yeah.
having him made it much easier to again embrace myself and just be me in ways that I've never really had before. So it's kind of both of those together has made getting into pup very easy.
Oh, that's awesome. I love hearing that.
Yeah.
So, what have you found has been the most difficult part of the pup community at this point?
That is being in multiple chat groups and even, my main, I guess, core pack specifically,
Mm-hmm.
it's got, their own stories. Everybody has their own history. But I've
Yeah.
also noticed that everybody has, or not everybody, but a lot of people have, not the best past with people in the pub community. Like they all been, they've been scarred before in certain ways.
Yeah.
So a lot of folks are very guarded, for good reason, of course. So they're very slow to open up to new people. So you kind of really takes a lot of like trust, patience, and really just letting them open up in their own way. That means you have to kind of, be around them a lot, chat with them a lot, make them feel safe and comfortable. So
Mm-hmm.
it can be a little hard to, show them that they have a safe place to be themselves as well. But
Yeah.
it can be challenging for newer people to not only realize who's just being guarded versus who, just kind of like, needs somebody there for them. But yeah, it can be kind of a little difficult. It might seem like the pup community is kind of closed off to a lot of people when it's really just, everybody's got something going on.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Well, what advice would you give someone that's brand new to the community or they've seen it at a bar and they want to try it? What kind of advice would you give them?
That I would say is the one thing with the pups being guarded is just kind of give it time again, warm up to them over time, take it slow. But another one that I've actually seen some people who had no idea about this part is that there's a lot of ways that someone can just be a pup. There's like the sexual side, the fetish side, just the being
Yes.
social side, just going out in public and just wearing hood and having fun, mosh pits, pupping out and just turning off your brain for a little bit, like an escapism. It's really there's any or pup can be whatever you want it to be for you that works for you. And when I told that to people, they're like, "Oh wow, that's a lot deeper than I realized it was." So I feel like
Yeah.
a lot more people are interested once they learn just how deep pup goes. So my main advice is try to like think about what you want to get out of being a pup. What do you hope to achieve with it? Like for me, it's really helped me break free of some of those anxiety things and be myself more, which again, Alpha Strider is really helping me a lot with of just
Yes.
being anxious and actually doing things. And once you realize what you want to get out of it, then that can help you, connect with the right people who are also like-minded, get to the right chat groups who feel the same way as you or who might have the same interest as you. And you can really take off from there once you actually know what you're wanting out of it.
Hmm. Yes. Well, what was it that inspired you not too long ago to embrace the lifestyle?
That is somebody I actually personally knew was a pup, but of course it took them a little while to, feel comfortable enough to mention that.
Mention, yeah.
They
Oh,
said
yeah.
they're pup. I was like, oh, that's kind of, I had the initial impression of like, oh, that's different. And then I actually thought about it more and more. It's like, huh, being a pup actually sounds kind of interesting. And
Yeah.
I started looking up images online. I was like, oh, there is so much diversity to looks with this, so much diversity to what you can do with this. When I saw certain looks that spoke to me, which my main thing is a moto pup, I didn't know that was a thing until I started actually finding images of it. It's like, oh, I can actually see myself stepping into that. And as
Hmm.
I thought more and more about it, I actually gave it a try with one of those social groups. Like, I actually really love this. And I just started leaning into it from there.
Awesome. Yeah, it's been a amazing thing when I found it, and I've just enjoyed it the whole. It's been a great ride.
Yeah. And then, of course, once again, Alpha Strider, who again, I just love dearly. He's also been helping like train me in certain ways. So
Yes.
also me up to more and more possibilities. And it's like, wow, this is actually really inspiring there too, having someone who can, maneuver you through it in the ways that suit you best.
Yeah, it's
But
always great to have that mentor that can lead you, that's been through it already.
yeah, yeah,
Well, this question really has nothing to do with being a pup. I just
yeah,
like to find out what people's answers are. But if money were no object for you and you could travel to any place in the world, what is going to be at the top of your bucket list?
yeah. So then, is that for like living permanently or just travel and go see?
It could be either way, living or travel, or
Ah,
both.
because I would say living, I would basically just stay right here. Because between my support network, family, all the pup friends I've made, Strider, hockey, all of that's right here. It'll be probably too daggone hard to actually move anywhere else.
Okay.
But going to visit, there's a few places in Europe I'd probably say. Again,
Yeah.
loving the whole like Gothic horror vampire stuff. I love old castles. So you like throw
Oh,
out England, Spain. I think like Scotland has some. Uh, maybe like France, where they have some of the old castle ruins. Would be fascinating to see those. But on that list is also probably some places like Germany, because I think a lot of fetish and leather events, mainly
yes.
in Germany. I've heard they're a lot more accepting of fetish wear or like leather stuff out in public, like a lot less judgy than here in the US. So it'd be
Yes.
really cool to see that wear in public, maybe try it myself. I'm sure they got a lot of shops with that. So just be a very interesting thing to actually experience.
And I find Germany is a go-to for a lot of people only because Folsom and exactly what you're saying,
Yeah,
how
Folsom. Yeah.
it's accepting over there.
Yeah.
So what does the pup community look like there where you live?
So that one I noticed is kind of hard to say because there's one chat group I'm in where it has like a few of us pups there, and we've gotten pretty close together, become a very tight-knit group. But beyond that, it seems like a lot of events around here are either in Columbus or down in Cincinnati. So we're
Okay.
mostly seeing other crowds when we go out there. But around this local area specifically, I guess all I really have is that one chat group, and then some dating sites and all that. So it's
Yeah.
like there seems to be a lot of strays or people who are also new to it, or they've never really had that doorway into it, I guess. They think or they want to be a pup, they just don't know how or where to go for it or like what to
Right.
do or any of that. So they're online like, yeah, I'm a pup, I love it, but like I don't know what to do, where to go. So seems like a lot of strays here. The events being other cities might be part of that, but it seems like there's definitely a lot of us though in the Southwest Ohio area.
All right. And I know there's pups everywhere, but sometimes it's difficult to find that group.
Yeah,
And I'm hoping the internet is going to help that because it just seems to be growing and becoming more and more popular.
it really seems like I think somebody did say that pup is like the number one fastest growing like fetish kink thing, I guess, or however you phrase that one, but
Yeah. Eh,
surprising given just how much it really helps people embrace themselves at a time when, they kind of
yeah,
just got a lot of weird stuff going on.
and that doesn't surprise me. It is definitely fast growing. Well, if if others wanted to reach out to you because they saw you on here, how's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
So I'm primarily just on Facebook and Telegram. So
Okay.
Telegram is just pup underscore Bastion. Facebook is pup dot Bastion. So, nice and easy.
Okay. Awesome. That makes it easy and simple.
Yeah.
Well, any last words before we get off of here?
So there's only one thing that I would think to say, which is mostly because it's come up in my group a lot. And it
Okay.
kind of goes back to what I mentioned that everybody, or not everybody again, a lot of the pups have been scarred in the past. And they said a lot of it comes down to things like consent, primarily.
Yes.
Apparently, people seem to think that if you have a pup put on or some kind of funky gear on, whether it be like a little bit revealing, the harness, the collars and leashes and all that, they think that, oh, this person's getting all kinky. I can just go up and start grabbing things. Or
Yeah.
apparently, people get drunk and try to aggressively make out with somebody who's trying to push them off, and they just keep getting aggressive about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard that one, more than once. Uh, so biggest thing is just consent, that no, that just
Agreed.
because you see a pup, a lot of them are guarded. You need to ask them before you like touch them, hug them, pet them, whatever, because a lot of pups have very different mindsets, different histories, and things that people need to be mindful of. And
Yes.
same thing for like the handlers or DOMs out there. just because they're controlling a few pups, same thing doesn't mean they're, fully open to everybody. So it's been heavily said because I guess a lot of people keep violating it is always ask consent before you engage with a pup, in any kind of physical way.
I totally agree with you. Consent is a big part of this community. So,
Yeah.
well, it's been a pleasure having you on. I just want to thank you for wanting to be a part of it. And I know that we'll be talking again down the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Glad to
right,
be
guys.
here.
I'll talk to you soon.
Oh yeah.